Hello there everybody, so Bout92 aka Nightmare, and welcome back to Steins Gate 0, and boy do I feel a lot better. Those past couple days I really needed the rest, and finally I'm back to 92.86% up to max capacity, I would say. But, well, as long as I'm not reduced to a coughing fit, I'm okay. Anyway, I will apologize for the short video last week, but unfortunately, I was actually quite sick. Also, looks like my phone went off, so let's check that out.
Hey, Ocarine! What's the best color for a school swimsuit?
The hell are you talking about? Wait. Who gives a crap? Wait, what was the other one? White. I can be a pervert, really? No. Let's just... I'm more curious what the hell he's talking about. The hell are you talking about?
Well, I'm playing this hentai game, and it just popped up as a choice. I was wondering what color you'd pick.
What?
Honestly, I would have rather asked Mayushi or Lukashi or Featherston.
They'd call the cops on your ass.
Yeah. So I had no choice but to ask you. So, what color? Don't get embarrassed. Just tell me.
Ask Suzuha.
Not a chance. She'd slit my throat.
I mean, you're not wrong. Okay. A little awkward there. I was a little worried about Mayuri, too. I got up and went to leave. And then I saw a small ornament that was decorating the door. Yeah! Are we gonna have ourselves another little jump? I remembered how excited Mayuri was. Oh. Oh.
それにアメリカやヨーロッパじゃクリスマスにパーティーなんてやらないものよ。
Yeah. Well, in my case, you're not wrong. We just have family gatherings, but no parties.
そうなのか？
彼らにとってクリスマスは神聖な日でしょ？だから家族と一緒に過ごすのが普通よ。その分、大晦日は大騒ぎするけれどね。
Yeah. I thought I'd heard something about that on TV or somewhere.
まあ、こっちには家族もいないから、どっちにしても一人ということに変わりはないんだけどね。
Wanna come with us?
あ、だからって寂しいと思ってるわけじゃないわよ。誤解しないでね。
Or so she said. Being all alone on Christmas in a bustling town was probably pretty lonely. Of course, she'd probably get mad if I told her that, so I didn't. When I finished talking to the professor, I went to the lab. I'd confirmed on the phone that Mayuri was just fine, but I wanted to see her for myself. I could see from the outside that the lights in the lab were on. I ran up the stairs to get away from the cold and open the door.
Mayuri, いるか?
I felt a small impact on my chest when I opened the door. But... Oh! Hey, Luca!
悪い。
いえ、僕の方こそごめんなさい。
Howdy! Evidently, he was just about to leave. Lukako looked up at me, apologetic. For some reason, he was blushing a little. For some reason. Only Daru and Lukako were in the room. There was no sign of Mayuri or Suzuha.
よかった。もう少し早く帰っていたら岡部さんと入れ違いになっているところでした。
もしかして俺を待っていたのか？
はい。と言っても別に大した用があったわけじゃないんです。差し入れを持ってきただけで。
Oh, well, thank you.
おまんじゅうもらってよ。
Steamed manju buns? Daru had already eaten about half the box. Dude!
いただき物ですから。皆さんでどうぞ。
Oh.
そうか。ありがとう。
つうか、ルカシ、時間大丈夫なん？
Huh? Lukako looked up at the clock and started to fidget.
実はこの後、お家にお客さんが来ることになってるんです。
Oh, you are?
客？ルカ子のか？
いえ、父のお客さんです。なぜか僕にも同席してほしいと言われまして。
Oh.
父は普段同じ趣味を持った人を呼んで長い時間話し込んだりするんです。難しい話ばかりで僕にはよく理解できないので普段はお茶を出すぐらいしかしないんですけど、どうして同席してほしいと言われたのか。
難しい話って宗教とかそっち系の話か？
Lukako's family ran the Yanabayashi Shrine, one of the oldest in Akihabara.
そういうわけではないみたいなんですけど。この前のお客さんとは有明がどうとか晴海の頃はどうとかそういうお話をしてました。
Ariake and the era of Harumi?
晴海、有明。
Weren't those places?
さすがルカシのパパ、恐ろしい子。
岡部さんや橋田さんはわかるんですか？
まあ、なんとなくはな。でも、その話はまた今度だ。客が来るなら、早く帰った方がいい。
それじゃあ僕はこれでまた来ますね。
See ya. He bowed deeply and disappeared out the door. I watched him go, then sat down on the sofa.
マユリは？
メイクインじゃね？今日は来てないよ。
Oh. Then, I guess I'll have to wait a little. Or should I go get her?
そういえばオカリン、さっきの電話だけどさ、あれ、なんだったん？
Hmm? He was probably talking about the phone call I'd placed to him before I went to see the professor.
あれは気にしないでくれ。多分俺の勘違いだ。
そうなん？だったらいいけどさ。
I remember the strange sensation I'd experienced. I'd wondered if it was a world line jump, but several hours had passed, and nothing had changed. Actually, I wasn't even sure if I'd really experienced it anymore. Memories were like that. Especially for me.
それにしても晴海とは、さすがはルカシのパパ、ベテラン戦士っすな。
戦士がどうしたって？
Oh, hey, Suzuha. Suzuha got back before Mayuri did.
ルカ兄さんのお父さんって戦士なの？
How come he gets to be brother when I'm stuck being Uncle Okari?
そうだお。それも戦士の中の戦士、歴戦の強者と言っても過言じゃないのだぜ。
Really?
へえ、そうなんだ。でもルカ兄さんの家って確か神職だと聞いたけど。ああ、そうか。神職の人も昔は兵士だったって言うよね。
She'd convinced herself.
確かにルカ兄さんはすごかったし納得だ。
Amazing? What was amazing? I decided to just pretend I never heard that. Wait a minute. What was up with... Wait a minute. We got to see Daru and we got to see Mayuri in her timeline. What about Luca? From her dialogue, it makes me think that Luca became a badass in her timeline or something. I mean, I've got no complaints. It still felt awkward looking at Suzuha. I'd avoided coming to the lab mostly to avoid seeing her. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute! Nope, this is new dialogue. I thought this was similar, but I guess not. Evidently, she could read my thoughts just from the look on my face. She seemed upset. Well...
お前が悪いわけじゃないんだけどな。
つうか鈴葉、今日もこんな時間まで何してたん？はっ、もしかしてどこかの男とデートとか？いけません。そんなどこの誰とも知らない男とのお付き合いなんてお父さんは許しませんよ。
Daru, I'm just gonna point this out to you. Do you not know how time wait. I don't even know how time travel will work. I'm pretty sure that would create a paradox if she hooked up with somebody in this timeline.
違うよ。そんなんじゃない。
本当に？
I thought it was a joke, but evidently he was serious about it. His tone was far less joking than usual. Must be hard being a dad.
本当だって。
だったら父さんの目を見て言いなさい。
Oh boy.
父さんがそれ言う？
She has a fair point.
どういう意味なんそれ？
母さんというものがありながら、いっつもそこで変なゲームばかりやってるじゃないか。
それは2次元と3次元はあくまで別物ですし。
お前、2次元も3次元も関係ないって前に言ってなかったか？
おかりん、そういうことここで言う？裏切るなんてひどいよ。
I'd never been on Daru's side when it came to his hobbies, though.
ご本。とにかくそういうことなら今日は何をしていたのか父さんに言いなさい。
I imagine it had something to do with Kagari.
何って？
やましいことがないなら言えるはずだよ。
That or eating curry. Suzuha glanced at me, then sighed in resignation.
人を探していたんだ。
Oh.
人？それってやっぱ男？
Daru! Let her finish!
違うって言ってるじゃないか。小さな女の子。今はもう私より年上になっちゃってるか。
That was a strange way to put it. I glanced over at Daru, who looked back at me.
実はさ、私が乗ってきたタイムマシンにはもう一人乗っていたんだ。
Huh. Interesting. This time, Suzuha is actually coming to both Okarin and Daru in this.
なんだって？
鈴葉、そんなん初耳なんだけど。
今まで話してなかったからね。
She was looking down at her feet, and I could see she regretted bringing it up.
その同乗者は何者だ？今どうしてるんだ？
どうしているかはわからない。
わからないって。
The sad part is, I'm afraid that her appearance might cause some, traumatic PTSD to Rintaro again.
はぐれちゃったんだよね。1998年にここ秋葉原で。
1998. That would have been 12 years ago. So it wasn't just Suzuha who came from the future. It took some time for the meaning of that to sink in.
でもなんでそんなことになったん？
私とその子は IBN5100 を探すためにはじめ1975年に飛んだ。理由はおじさんならわかるよね。
I nodded silently.
なんとか無事に IBN5100 を手に入れた私たちは今度は1998年に飛んだ。2000年問題を回避するミッションのためにね。
2000年問題
Y2K? Wait, yeah, no, wait, never mind, she already explained it. That was one of the big events at the end of the last century, along with Nostradamus' prophecy. But in the end, after all the fuss made by the media and pundits, nothing really happened. Was that because John Titor had come from the future to fix it? If that was the case, then... wow.
その1998年にトラブルが起きて、その子とはぐれちゃったんだ。
それではぐれたままタイムマシンで跳躍したのか。
仕方なかったんだ。あの子は自分からタイムマシンを飛び出してしまったし、それに
She must have remembered something, because she swallowed her words with a bitter expression.
もちろん私だって探した。燃料の残量が許す限り何度も細かいタイムトラベルを繰り返してあの子の姿を探し回った。でも
In the end, she'd never managed to find her.
大体の事情は分かったけどさ、どうして今までそんな大事なことを黙ってたん？
あの子を見失ったのは私の落ち度だ。ちゃんと自分で責任を取りたかったんだ。
水臭いな。
Daru's words were soft.
僕たち親子だろ。困った時は頼ってくれてもいいのだぜ。
父さん、
その子を探せばいいんだろ。だったら僕らも手伝うな、オカリン。
なって俺もか。
Yes, you too, Okabe.
当たり前だろ。別に未来を変えてくれっつってるわけじゃないんだし、それくらいやってくれてもいいっしょ。
まあ
To be honest, after refusing all her requests to save the world, I was feeling a little guilty. I'd like to help her if I could, but I wanted to know what she'd do after she found her.
で、その子の名前と年齢は？ちなみに可愛い女の子だよね。男とか言ったら父さん許さないぞ。
Seriously?
女だよ。
オッケー。名前と3サイズもやろう。
You don't need the measurements, man.
3サイズなんて知らないよ。だって別れた時のあの子は10歳だったんだから。
幼女か。
No!
じゃあ今は22歳になってるはずだな。
Yes.
名前プリーズ。
Jesus!
名前はカガリ。シーナ・カガリって言うんだ。
シーナ
The name was an unusual one. A girl who was part of Daru's group in the future, who had the name Sheena.
スズハ、まさかその子って。
彼女の母親の名前はシーナ・マユリ。
Well, this is gonna be a shock to Okabe.
カガリはマユ姉さんの子供なんだ。
Mayuri's daughter. Of course, it was possible that Mayuri would choose to have a child in the future, but the fact that I'd never even thought about it made the shock that much worse. If she had a daughter, she must have had a partner. Not necessarily. And that partner couldn't be me, because I died in 2025. Wait a second. If she was 10 in 2036, then she would have been born in 2026. I'd have to learn more, but if I died in 2025, wasn't it just possible, maybe, barely, that it could be me? That just couldn't be. Just like Suza had appeared before Daru, she was going to appear before me? No, Okabe, Rintaro, are you okay? Who is the dad? I couldn't ask.
あれちょい待ち。シーナってことは名字はそのままってことだよね。ってことは
かな
Adopted.
りは繊細孤児だよ。身寄りがなかった彼女をまゆ姉さんが引き取って育てたんだ。
There we go, Okabe.
あーなんかそれ眉しらしいかも。
I realized that I was relieved in more ways than one, and I hated myself a little for it. Even if she did marry someone else in the future, as long as that made her happy, it was for the best.
私はまゆ姉さんからかがりを頼むって言われたんだ。だからこんなことになっちゃいけなかった。あの子はいつだってまゆ姉さんにべったりだったし、この時代には知り合いなんているはずもないから、きっとずっと心細い思いをしてるはずなんだ。
その子はどうしてはぐれてしまったんだ？さっきトラブルと言ったが。
I don't know, part of me thinks that judging by the way the outfit she was wearing kind of put me in the mind of the outfit that Moeka was wearing back in Steins Gate. And that kind of makes me think that she might have been picked up by the Rounders. That's honestly what I've got thinking right now. If she'd come to a new era in the time machine at 10 years old, Suza would have been the only person she could have relied on. There was no way she'd leave Suzuha and run off on her own.
私にもわからない。ただ過去に飛んでからのかがりは精神的にかなり不安定だった。
That made sense, come to think of it. A young girl just 10 years old was suddenly taken to a world where she knew no one? Of course she'd be scared.
その子の写真か何かはある？
Do you?
あ、うん。
Oh boy, okay. Is it gonna happen? Oh! She showed me a tattered picture with two girls in it. One was an adult woman. I couldn't see her face, but maybe it was Mayuri, 20 years from now. Hiding behind her was another girl. Was that Shina Kagari?
この子が22歳に成長してるわけか。いまいち想像がつかないな。
No reaction? That is, if she was still alive. Even if Japan was a safe, peaceful country, it would be hard for a young girl to get by on her own. If she was lucky, someone might take her in and give her to an orphanage, but if she wasn't, Suzo was probably well aware of that possibility, so I didn't bring it up.
なおかりん、協力してくれよ。
Huh. Okay, maybe I'm just imagining things that they look similar?
まゆりの養女なんだろう。だったら見つけてやりたいさ。でも鈴葉はいいのか？俺が手伝っても。
I felt sure that Suzuha was disgusted with me. I had a chance to save the world and I had given up. Would she want help from a person like that?
おじさんさえ良ければ人手は大いに越したことはないと思うから。
そうか。だったら手を貸すよ。
Okay. Of course, I didn't think this would make up for that.
ありがとう。
Hmm.
マユシーの幼女がどうしたの？
Uh-oh! Everyone turned around at the sudden voice.
てってるー。おかり、本当に待っててくれたんだね。
Hey! Mayuri.
どうしたの？
The moment I saw her, I finally relaxed.
よかった。まゆり。
I took her small hand in mine and felt the warmth. She was alive.
おかりん？
すまない。
別に嫌じゃないから大丈夫。まゆ姉さん、いつからいたの？今来たばっ ばっかりだよ。
Hi. I was careless. I was so focused on what Suzuha was saying that I didn't see Mayuri come into the room. Wait a minute.
ねえねえ、マユシーの幼女がなんとかって聞こえたけど、何の話をしてたのかな。
Enterprise. The Uba!
それはその
Well, this is awkward with the person in question. Crap. Mayuri knew that Suzuha was from the future, but telling her about her future daughter would be going too far. I need to change the subject.
マユリはまだまだ幼い。つまり幼女だと言っていたんだよ。な。
That Rintaro!
あ、そうそう。マユシは幼女かわいい。
童顔だってよく言われるんだ。ユキさんみたいに大人っぽくなりたいんだけどね。
Oh.
食べる量だけは立派に大人かもしれないな。
えへへ。
Oh, well, you know, she's got a fantastic metabolism then. That wasn't a compliment, Mayuri. That was enough to distract her, evidently. Ugh.
そうだ。食べ物といえば、オカリンはクリスマスに何か食べたいものある？
クリスマス？パーティーのことか。
Yes?
別に何でもいいぞ。食べられるものならな。
クリスマスパーティーか。すずさんは初めて？私たちの時代はパーティーなんてやってる余裕なかったからね。でも一度だけ父さんがどこからか美味しいチキンを調達してきてくれたことがあったっけ。
Ooh.
それをマヨ姉さんが調理するって言って父さんが止めて。
Suzuha was looking at Mayuri as if she was remembering the past, or future, as the case might be. Oh yeah, that's all levels of confusing right there.
いつもよりほんの少しだけごちそうってだけだったけど、それでも嬉しかったな。
In the future, when World War III was going on, there probably wasn't much time for celebration. But even then, Mayuri was still Mayuri, trying her best to make everyone happy.
ダルくんは何か欲しいものある？
僕は可愛い女の子がサンタコスしてくれればそれだけでお腹いっぱいだお。
Seriously, Daru.
料理はどれくらいいるかな。
Well, let's take into account we need about, let's see, depends on the number of people we have. Mathematically, it would be best to go ahead and make sure that there's enough for like 2 helpings for each person. But in the case of Daru, that would probably be about 3 or 4 helpings. And this is not me calling him fat, this is just me calling Daru Daru.
ユキさんと一緒に用意する予定なんだけどね。そうだ、ルカ君やフェリスちゃんにも手伝ってもらおうかな。
Not a bad idea. Mayuri's head was full of thoughts about the Christmas party, it seemed.
オカリンは
Nothing wrong with that.
誰かパーティーに呼びたい人いる？
俺は別に。
You know who to bring, you dork! I almost said no, but then I remembered someone. Yajamaho. She said Christmas is something you always spend with your family, but...
オカリン？
いや、特には。
Wait, seriously? How was she going to spend her Christmas? It was after I walked Mayuri home. The second I was alone, I started thinking about this afternoon. If that really was a world line change, then what was the cause? The most likely possibility was that someone had succeeded in developing something like the phone wave. We were able to make one. There was no reason someone else couldn't. Another possibility was that... No, there was no use in thinking about it. I was just mistaken. And even if the world line did change, we weren't the cause. We didn't have anything to do with it anymore. Whenever I was alone, I always ended up thinking about things that wouldn't do me any good. I took the phone out of my pocket and tapped the icon. Oh. Hello! Kurisu's expression was as self-satisfied as ever.
こんな時間にどうかした？
いや、なんとなく話がしたくなって。迷惑だったか？
別に迷惑ってことはないわ。あんたと話すことは私のためにもなるんだし。
She wasn't AI after all. She wouldn't be bothered no matter the hour.
先輩とは会ってきたのよね。
ああ。
何の話をしたの？
何って、お前とのやりとりについて報告をしただけだが。
それだけ？どこかへ誘ったりは？
まだそんなこと言ってるのか？ヒアジョーさんに言ってみろ。また怒られるぞ。
だってようやく先輩にも運が向いてきたかもしれないんだもの。せっかくのチャンスを掴んでもらいたいでしょ。
Risu seemed insistent on getting me and Maho together. Sheesh. Doesn't she have other things to think about? Things to think about. Would she have anything to say about that other matter?
なあ、ちょっと相談なんだが、消息不明になった人を探すにはどうすればいい？
Oh.
随分と唐突ね。
身近でそんな話があったんだよ。でも自分たちじゃどうすればいいのかわからなくてな。
詳しく教えて。
Okie dokie. She leaned forward, suddenly interested. She really was a curious girl.
それが
言えないことなの？
俺だけの問題じゃないからな。
それで相談に乗ってくれって言われても無理がある。
Fair point.
だよな。一般論でいいんだ。意見を聞かせてくれるだけで。
そうね。一番いいのは警察に行くことね。
I don't think we can trust the police on this. Hello, officer, could you help us? We're trying to find this little girl. She came from the future and I'm arrested. Well, that was the obvious and correct answer.
あとは更新所に頼むとか、過去の新聞記事を当たるとか。でもそういうことはもうやってるか。
Is it just me or does the word private investigator look very odd?
どうかな。
どうかなって。まさかそんなこともやらずに探そうとしてるの？
俺も今日聞かされたばかりなんだ。後で確認してみる。
But Kagari was from the future. And Suza didn't have any personal documents in this era either. Which meant that it was unlikely she'd gone to anybody in the government.
アメリカなんかではダウジング屋通して人探しをやるなんて人もいるよな。
Yeah, maybe.
まさかあんな何の科学的根拠もないものを信じるとでも？
But it's called
いや、
magic.
言ってみただけだ。
よかった。もしそうだとでも言ったら二度と話なんかしないところだったわ。
Well, she really was just like Kurisu.
ありがとう。参考になったよ。
見つかることを祈ってるわ。
なあ、それと。
何？
いや、なんでもない。
Then why'd you bring it up?
何？気になるでしょ。
本当になんでもないんだ。それじゃあ、今日はこれで。
Why was I just about to say that? I was just about to tell her about Mayuri's Christmas party to see if she wanted to go. Kurisu was just an AI. Oh. She only existed inside of a computer. I guess I was just starting to see her as real.
ど 父さん、何か手がかりはあった？
いや、残念ながらこっちは何にも。
Damn it, man!
そう。
The search for my Yuri's future daughter, SkydivingQuagga, was taking longer than expected.
一つ聞くが、警察には行ったのか？
うん。一応言ったんだけどね。でも、捜索願いなんかは出してない。
Oh, of course. I was right. In order to submit a missing persons report, you need to have ID to prove who you were. That's why Suzuha hadn't done it. And also, I later learned that the only people who could submit a search request were people like family and significant others, who were close to the missing person.
僕の方でも昨日軽く警察のデータベースにハッキングをかけてみたんだけど、それ
Wait, seriously?
は出てこんかったよ。
You actually hacked the police database?
だろうな。
つうことは、オカリンも見てみたん？
誰のように内部情報を見たわけじゃないがな。
There was a database of missing persons on the police homepage. But it didn't go back very far, and it didn't have a lot of information. All it had was age, sex, clothes, and sometimes possessions that they were carrying. As we knew nothing about SkydivingQuagga, we had basically nothing to go on.
でもさ、一見平和に思えるこの世界でも、身元不明者や行方不明者ってたくさんいるんだね。
I thought the same thing. Each year, over 100 unidentified bodies were found in Tokyo alone. If you expanded that to cover all of Japan, then went back 12 years, you'd have a pretty big number. And the number of missing persons was far greater. Each year, almost 100,000 people went missing. And 1 out of every 5 was in their teens. Of course, most of them just ran away from home, and 70% were found within a week after a report was filed. But if 70% of them were found in the first week, that meant that 30% of them weren't. In fact, 5% of them were never found at all, and no one ever knew if they were alive or dead. Perhaps SkydivingQuagga was caught up in an accident or killed. Or perhaps... I sat up, then got off the sofa.
ん？オカリン、どっか行くん？
もうちょっと調べてみようと思ってな。
We're gonna talk to Moeka? Please? School would be on break soon anyway, and it wasn't like I had anything to do. And while I hadn't been very interested at first, at some point I'd become really interested in the whereabouts of SkydivingQuagga. And more than anything...
ありがとう、オカリンおじさん。
別にこれくらい大したことじゃない。
うん。それでもありがとう。
As long as I was looking for Kagari, Suzuha probably wasn't going to bother me about the future. Having her bring up the same thing every time we met was hard for me. If I could get her focused on something else, that would make things easier. Or so I'd thought, but... Finding clues wasn't easy. Just in case, I'd gone to the National Diet Library and looked at articles on missing persons and crimes in 1998. The year she'd gone separated from Suzuha, but I'd had no luck. National Diet Library, where have I heard that? Ah, that's right. Japan's only national library. It consists of the main building in Tokyo, the Kansai branch in Kyoto, and several other branches throughout the country. The main building on 1st Avenue in Nagata, Chiyoda Ward, is often called the Diet Library. All works published in Japan are kept here, and while normal citizens are allowed to view them, they do not allow books to be checked out. I swear, I think I played a game and it took place in Tokyo, and I think it mentioned a place like that. Suzuha said she'd been looking for Kagari every few years on her way to our time, so I knew it wouldn't be easy. But I couldn't help but feel a little tired and disappointed. Oh. Yes?
どうかした？
What's up?
お、
何？
Hey.
いや、
I'd called Kurisu without even realizing it somehow.
ねえ、昨日よりさらに疲れてるみたいだけど、大丈夫？
そう見えるか。
声のトーンがいつもより低い。結膜に多少の充血も見られる。 もしかして昨日言ってた件を調べてたの？
My what now?
まだ。
I told Kurisu what I'd heard from Suzuha and Daru, and what I'd found at the National Diet Library.
バカね。そんなことなら私に言ってくれれば簡単にことは済んだのに。
どういうことだ？
私ならネットワークに接続してオンライン上の情報をリサーチすることができるでしょ。
Huh.
あ、そうか。
I'd forgotten. She was an AI that existed inside a computer. So something like that would be easy for her.
なんなら少しやってみましょうか。
すぐにできるのか？
それほど時間はかからない。
それじゃあ頼む。
わかった。少しだけ待ってて。
Kurisu fell silent on the screen and didn't move for a moment. Maybe 30 seconds later.
もう結果が出たのか？
ネットワーク上で検索してみたけど、1998年以降、椎名かがりという名の女性が何らかの事件や事故に巻き込まれたという情報は得られなかった。
Huh.
同姓同名の人物は3名ほど検出。ただ、年齢を考慮すると、その人物があんたの探している人である可能性は限りなく低い。
Damn, girl, you work fast.
ご要望なら、その人物のデータを後でメールで送るけど。
いや、いい。
When I stopped to think about it, even Suzuha would have been able to do a search for her name on the internet. And what Kurisu was saying was almost certainly right. The Makise Kurisu I had known was always right.
それじゃあ、私にできることは以上かな。あとは、あんたたちにしかできないやり方で探すしかないわね。
俺たちにしかできないやり方？
その人物がいなくなった場所の近辺で地道に情報を集めるの。究極的にアナログな方法だけどね。
Fair point.
やっぱりそうなるか。
Suzuha had been doing that forever, so I couldn't imagine I'd find anything new. Well, it doesn't hurt to have a fresh pair of eyes, you know? But if that was my only option, then that was what I had to do.
にゃにゃ。キャーじゃなかった。オカリン。
Oh, hey Ferris! I spun around when I heard a voice behind me.
やっぱりオカリンだにゃ。こんなところで何してるんだにゃ。
What's up?
フェイリス、それに。
こんにちは、岡部さん。
Hello, Luca.
なんだ、珍しい組み合わせだな。
ついさっきそこで会ったのにゃ。そしたらルカニャンが荷物いっぱい持ってたからそこまで手伝ってあげることにしたのにゃ。
Huh? I took a closer look and saw that Luca was holding bags in both hands. If you added in what Ferris was carrying, it was quite a lot. Well, offer to help him! He was trying to carry this all alone? Lukako?
ねえ、ちょっと。今、何か聞こえませんでしたか？
Uh-oh.
いや、これは別に何でも。
I quickly hid the smartphone behind my back.
ちょっと、聞いてるの？ね
Uh-oh.
え。また聞こえたにゃ。もしかして、さっきオカリンが話していたのはそれかにゃ？
いや、これは。
It shouldn't matter if they found out. But I still felt guilty, so I closed the Amadeus app.
電話中だったのにゃ。
ああ、ちょっと知り合いに相談事をな。
Dude, she is gonna bite your head off.
相談ですか？そういうことだったんだにゃ。後ろから見たらオカリンが一人でブツブツつぶやいているように見えたからちょっと心配したにゃ。
Did I look like she needed to worry about me? But, well, if she saw me talking to my smartphone in a place like this, I guess I could understand that.
でも水臭いにゃ。何か困ったことがあるならフェイリスたちにも話してくれればいいのにゃ。
Why the hell did we go to Ferris when it came to this? She's got a rich family, she has connections.
そうです。僕じゃお役に立てないかもしれないですけど、 でもお話くらいなら。
And yeah, Luca could help too.
ありがとう。でも大したことじゃ。
No, wait a second. Both Ferris and Lukaku had lived in Akihabara since they were born. And both of their families held important positions here. Yes, use your head, ask for their help! Maybe asking them wouldn't be such a bad idea after all.
実は今人を探してるんだが。
人ですか？
I told them that I was looking for a girl who'd gone missing 12 years ago in Akihabara. Of course, I didn't tell them that she was from the future or that she was Mayuri's daughter.
その子がどうして行方をくらませたのか激しく疑問だにゃ。
すまないが、そのあたりの事情は話せないんだ。
にゃ
Don't make that noise!
そういう話に心当たりはないかだけでも聞いてもらえれば助かるんだが。
わかったにゃ。とりあえずフェイリスの方が黒木に聞いてみるにゃ。
Kuroki was her family butler. I'd met him several times. In the same way that Ferris naturally looked like a maid, Kuroki just naturally looked like a butler. Come to think of it, it was rather strange for a maid to have a butler for a servant.
あとメイクインニャンニャンのご主人様たちにもそれとなく聞いてみるにゃ。僕の方もお父さんとそれから氏子の方たちにも聞いてみます。
悪いな。そうしてくれると助かる。
Both Kuroki and Lukako's dad knew a lot of people, and they had a far better chance at finding someone than we did. I hope they could at least find some small clue.
それはそうと、ルカ子。その山ほどの荷物はどうしたんだ？
これは昨日お父さんのお客さんが来るっていうお話はしましたよね。
Yeah?
実はそのお客さんの一人がしばらくうちに滞在することになって。
Huh.
それで必要なものを買い揃えていたそうにゃ。
If they were a guest of Lukako's father, they must be fairly old. And from what I'd heard yesterday, they probably had some unique hobbies.
それは大変だな。
いえ、僕もちょっと楽しいですし。
Fun? Lukako shared the same blood as his dad, so perhaps he had some latent interest in these hobbies.
あんまりのめり込みすぎないようにするんだぞ。
I gave him that warning, then went to leave. Well, I tried to leave, but...
よいしょ。
Oh, Kabe, just help him!
ルカニャン、大丈夫かにゃ？フラフラしてるにゃ。大丈夫です。僕だってこれくらい。
Listen, Luca, I can appreciate you trying to get stronger, but overdoing it is actually the opposite of helpful. Come on, Okabe, you know you want to do it. Do it!
よかったらお茶でも飲んでいってください。
Thank you.
いや、遠慮しておくよ。お客さんだっているんだろ？
そうですけど。
Are we going to see this guest? I couldn't bear to see him struggle like that, so I'd carried his bags to the shrine with him. Ferris had gone back to her cafe.
それにしても、この荷物、いくらなんでも一人で運ぶには無理があるだろう。
僕だって最近は少し力がついてきたんですよ。今日も岡部さんに言われた素振りだって。
Well, I appreciate that you've gotten a little stronger, that's good. Sword exercises. That was the training I'd given him when he told me he felt too much like a girl.
精神残魔流か。
Yep. A style of swordsmanship taught by Hoin Kyoma to Urushibara Luka, the descendant of the ancient protectors of Akihabara. It also functions to strengthen the mind and quell the evil flames that lurk within Urushibara. Only the cursed blade, Samadare, can bring out its true power. One of its secret techniques is the Type 33 Cherry Blossom Rage. At least that's what Okabe said when he made it up. It was so stupid I couldn't even laugh. But don't worry about it. Thinking back, I was amazed that he put up with that nonsense.
Luca, 帰ったのかい?
I could hear his dad's voice from their home behind the shrine office.
はい、今行きます。
それじゃあ、俺はこれで。
Could you help him carry that stuff in?
ありがとうございました、岡部さん。
Lukako bowed deeply as I left Yanabayashi Shrine. On my way home, I thought about what the two of them had said.
でも水臭いにゃ。何か困ったことがあるならフェイリスたちにも話してくれればいいのにゃ。
そうです。僕じゃお役に立てないかもしれないですけど、でもお話くらいなら。
I didn't realize until after they'd spoken. I had gone to Kurisu before I'd gone to anyone else. I'd brought up the app and started talking with her before I even realized it. She wasn't the real Kurisu. But that voice, the way she acted, all of it reminded me of Kurisu. All of it brought back the emotions I'd tried to hide. There was an incoming call on my phone. It was from Kurisu. She was probably there to complain about me hanging up on her earlier. That would be just like Kurisu. Are you not gonna... But I didn't answer the phone. Oh. I was actually clicking on it, but okay. I didn't answer any of the other calls that came that day either. Oh. The United States of America, California. Oh, we're Okay, so we're jumping all the way to the US of A. Okay. The reporter, Jessica Edmond, had rushed to the scene at her director's orders, and she was pissed off about it. She dreamed of Hollywood and even been in a movie once. So how does she end up reporting on this crap?
何でもいいから仕事をよこせと言ったのはお前だろう。
確かに言ったけど、だからってこんな事件。
落ちぶれた生意気な女優崩れを使ってやろうってんだ。感謝されたって文句言われる筋合いなんじゃない。
なんですって。
それともここでも仕事をほっぽり出して逃げ出すか。何もかも中途半端で。そんなことだとガキの親権も取られちまうぞ。
I think you forgot a little word there. You're supposed to say, are you going to give up? Wait, lose custody? She hated herself for not being able to say anything. Her stupid pride got in the way. She dreamed of being a Hollywood actress, but all she'd gotten was a bit part in a B movie. It had never gone anywhere after that. And then she'd had a kid and come back home. Still, she loved her kid. She wanted to make sure they were taken care of no matter what she had to do.
それで、現場は？
その茂みの奥だ。
She went into the bushes and there she saw it. Several bodies, all brutally mutilated. What the?
このように国内において行方不明になっている研究者は今年に入ってから5名。そのうちの3名についてはアーティフィシャルインテリジェンスの研究を行っていたとされており。
I can make a Harambe joke, but I'm not going to.
その背後には人工知能技術の発展に反対する原理的宗教主義者たちによる活動も影響しているのではないかとみて、当局ではさらに捜査を続けている模様です。続きましては現場からのリポートです。ジェシカ。
こちら現場のジェシカ・エドモンドです。 今朝早くこちらの現場で発見された遺体に関して当初人間のものと思われておりましたが、その後の警察の調べによりますと、それがチンパンジーやオランウータンといった複数の猿の死体であることが分かりました。ただしこれらの遺体について一部脳および頭部が欠損しているものもあるとのことで、警察では猟奇的事件として地域住民への警戒を訴えており、
They're missing their brains? Holy fuck! Okay, yeah, that was a bit of a not. Okay, yeah, thank you. That was messed up.
この後授業は？
いや、今日はもう終わりだよ。
そっか。じゃ、どっかで飯でも食ってく？
どうせまたカレーだろ？キッチン東海か？
Kitchen Tokai? Huh? A long-established Western-style restaurant in Jimbocho. It offers delicious food at a reasonable price, so at lunchtime it's filled with salarymen and students. The curry is especially popular.
昨日ちょい臨時収入あったから、今日は豪勢にモンディーかな。
Okay, what the hell's Mondi? A curry restaurant in Jimbocho. It's famous for its full-bodied European-style curry. That's a little outside the price range of a college student. Comes with endless fries. Hot damn, endless fries!
俺はやめておくよ。今月ちょっとピンチだし。
そっか。じゃ、また今度な。
あ。
I was talking with my friends after class. I'd really started to get used to this. Before the summer, I had felt really out of place at school, but now it didn't seem so bad. Back then, I thought I was special, but now I knew better. As long as you make the effort to fit in, you can find a place to belong. People can change. No, they change whether they want to or not. It was too late now, but I'd learned something about myself. It really was too late.
さてと、それじゃあ帰って。ん？
As I headed for the exit, I realized that I recognized some of the people passing through my field of vision. That was...
レース記念教授？
My college went out of its way to attract exchange students. Oh my god. That came out wrong. So it wasn't unusual to see foreigners. But still.
いない。
I hurried after him, but the person I just saw was already gone. Was I just mistaken? Come to think of it, the professor being here wouldn't be strange. He might have come to meet with my advisor, Izaki. Izaki had wanted to get to know him.
今度教授に会ったら聞いてみよう。
I glanced in the direction he'd gone and then left the school for Akihabara. Oh boy. When I came out of the turnstile, Radhi-kan was right in front of me like always. The time machine that Suza had used to come here was probably still on the roof. Even if people didn't go up there often, it was still amazing that no one had found it after so long. I know! Of course, that was all thanks to Ferris. She'd rented out the roof of the building and sealed it off. Of course, I hadn't come here to look at the time machine. I'd gotten messages from Lukako and Ferris after I'd left the last night. Both of them had asked, and neither of them were able to get any useful information for me. It made sense when I thought about it. If there was a missing persons report, somebody might remember the police doing something, but there wasn't. But Ferris had said something interesting.
でも、おさげの幽霊が現れるって話を聞いたにゃ。
A ghost with twin tails.
おさげの幽霊？
そうにゃ。なんでもその幽霊は何年かに一度現れて小さな女の子を見なかったかと探し回っているそうなのにゃ。
You mean Suzuha?
何年経ってもその姿が変わらないから最近になっておさげの幽霊だって言われてるにゃ。
Or if we are, yeah, that was definitely Suzuha. Or if we're going toward, you know, demonic folklore, wouldn't that be, let's see, twin tails, wouldn't that be a Nekomata? What would she do if she knew people thought she was a ghost? I held back a laugh as I tried to imagine it, and then headed for Radhi-kan. My goal, of course, was to find information on Kaguri. This was where she'd vanished, which meant this was where I was most likely to find clues. I went around to each store inside Roddycon and asked, but didn't learn anything. Of course, Souza would have done the same thing, so I didn't expect much. But that didn't mean I could just stop. The parts shop. The commercial facilities. Even the back alleys. Even after all that, I went all around Akihabara asking people about Kagari. But I didn't learn anything useful. Some people told me the same story, about the ghost in Twin Tales, but no one knew anything about Kagari. The little girl was kidnapped or got into an accident, somebody might witness that. But going missing was a different thing. If Shina Kagari had vanished of her own free will, all anyone would see was a 10-year-old girl walking down the street. Nobody would remember that 10 years later. I tried to think again if there was a better way. If the police and government weren't of any use, that left someone connected to the underworld. Gonna meet that one funky guy that we saw in Steins Gate 1? As soon as I said it aloud, I drove the idea from my mind. How stupid. That's something the old me would have thought of. I'd given that stuff up. I'd run all over Akihabara looking for something once before. I wasn't looking for a person then, but a thing. The IBM 5100. 6 months ago in the Alpha Ward line, I'd gone looking for the same thing that Souza had searched for in the past. Back then. That's right. Kurisu was with me. When Kurisu and I had learned that there was an IBM 5100 in Lukako's storeroom, we'd worked together to carry the heavy thing. Good memories. Thinking back, all she'd ever done was complain. She was strong-willed, bratty, and hated to lose, but she was still so lonely. Once again, I'd taken my phone out of my pocket without realizing it. Amadeus. Since I hadn't picked up any of her calls yesterday, she hadn't called at all today. I stared at the Amadeus icon for a moment, and then put my phone back in my pocket. When I got back to the lab, I saw that Dara was completely exhausted. There was no need to even ask. It was obvious he hadn't found a single clue. Souza had been doing this for over half a year, so her face didn't betray her emotions anymore. Dara didn't even bother asking me how it went. You could probably tell from the look on my face.
考えてみたらさ、これまでだって鈴葉がそれなりに探してたわけでさ、それを僕ら素人が今さらまた蒸し返したところで新しい発見なんてあるわけないんだよな。
Dara said what I've been thinking, but trying not to say.
手伝ってくれてありがとう。これ以上無理はしなくていい。捜索は私だけで続行するよ。
Souza evidently had no intention of giving up.
いや、ちょっと待って鈴葉。僕が言いたいのはさ、
父さんたちに無理させるわけにもいかないから。かがりの件は私の責任なんだし。
バカ言うなよ。子供の責任は親の責任だろ、ジョコ。
父さん。
ね、今のどう？かなりパパっぽかったと思うんだけど、なんならパパ大好きって言って抱きついてくれてもいいのだぜ。
Damn it, Daru! Watching these two always gave me a strange feeling. For a while after they first met, they were complete strangers. And now they were father and child. And age-wise, they were exactly the same. Maybe I can understand how Souza was feeling, but I had no idea what Dara was going through.
とにかく僕が言いたいのは、ただむやみやたらに探したところでダメだろってこと。
じゃあどうしろと言うんだ？
Yeah, what are you suggesting?
餅は餅屋って言うでしょ。こういうのはやっぱ専門家に頼むのが一番だと思うんだよね。
専
専門家？
こういうのはある程度裏の世界の情報にも精通してる人に頼むのが一番だろ、上皇。
Wait. The Rounders? I realized he'd come up with the same idea I had. My head hurt.
心当たりがあるの？
父さんを甘く見ないでほしいな。僕はオタだけど顔は広いのだぜ。
I mean, you're not wrong.
横幅も広いけどな。
Damn it, dude.
茶化すなっつーの。
っていうか、本気で言ってるのか？本気で裏の世界の人間とやらにつながりがあると？
ちょっと連絡取ってみる。
Or Suzuha, or I could respond. He took out his phone and started typing a message to someone. Was he serious? And was text messaging the preferred way to get in touch with the criminal underworld? Well, you never know.
どう思う？おじさん。
実際にそういう人物が本当にいるのなら頼んでみてもいいとは思うが。
In fairness, being a hacker was a pretty underworld sort of occupation too. If I knew someone like him, it was quite possible that the person he said he knew really existed.
よし、送信と。あとは返信が来れば。
Huh. Huh?
お、
That was quick.
が来たの？
うん。今からそっちに向かいますって。
随分と話が早い相手だな。
遅いよりはいいんじゃね？
That was true. Or maybe it's... I don't know. Dara was sending another message. He was probably telling her where we were. Now all we had to do was wait for her arrival. And then the phone rang! Okay. Oh, Lukako!
もしもし。
Hello!
岡部さん、すみません。今大丈夫ですか？
What is it?
おう、どうした？
実は僕岡部さんに相談したいことがあって。
What is it?
相談？
今からお会いしてもらえないでしょうか？
Sure?
今から。電話じゃ言いにくいことなのか？
はい、少し。
Uh-oh. Right now? It'd be okay to leave this to Daru and Suzuha?
悪い。これから客が来ることになっているんだ。
I was interested to see what kind of person Daru's friend was.
そうですか。
Oh, come on, man!
その後からじゃダメか？
その後は僕も用事があって。
そうか。
それじゃあ。
Just as Lukako was about to say something, I heard sharp footsteps coming up the stairs, and then a knock.
はい、どうぞ。
悪いルカ子。お客が来たようだ。後で連絡を。
And then I stopped. The person who opened the door. It was...
こいつまた。
Yes! Okay! Thank you! It was Kiryu Moeka. I hadn't seen her since the ATF seminar.
岡部さん、どうしたんですか？岡部さん。
お茶どうぞ。
I missed you! Moeka was silent, with her head tilted slightly forward. Seeing her caused a dull ache within me, like my heart was being squeezed dry.
どうして。
was she here with Daru? I had any number of doubts in my mind.
どうしたんオカリン？
いや
Hey, Moeka. Moeka tilted her head a bit to the side, and I quickly averted my eyes. There was no connection between CERN and us anymore, so she wasn't going to kill Mayuri. She wasn't going to kill Mayuri. She wasn't going to kill Mayuri. She wasn't going to kill her. This is a good Moeka. Don't worry, it's a good Moeka. It's good Moeka. Said it to myself over and over again. Finally started to relax.
おじさん、顔色悪いよ。大丈夫？
気にしないでくれ。それよりもダル、説明してくれ。
ああ、この人は桐生氏。ヘンプロのライターさんだよ。
Edit Pro? And it's good to see she still got her phone out. Editing production. Editing producers do special projects and editing work for a variety of publishing companies. Oh.
桐生萌香です。
Oh, she's even got a card. She silently handed me her business card, which had the name of a company called Arc Rewrite on it. Public company Arc Rewrite. Publication department, editor and writer Kiryu Moeka. Tanejin Building, N2 District 2, Konda Stream, Chiyoda Tokyo. Email kiryu@arcrewrite.com. Is that a real email? I'm curious, is that a real email? An editing production company located in Akihabara. It primarily does articles for computer magazines. Nah, it's probably obviously not real. Daru gave a brief explanation to me and Suza.
なあ、ダル。お前はどうしてこの人と知り合いに？
前にさ、桐生氏の担当してる雑誌で秋葉関係の都市伝説を扱った特集があったんだよね。その時に僕のバイトのこと取材したいって申し出があってさ。僕のバイトってほら、あんま大きな声で言えないやつっしょ。だから取材に関しては丁重にお断りしたんだけど。
あ
あ。ただ、僕って普段から足がつかないようにかなり注意してるんだよね。なのに桐生氏はその僕にたどり着いた。それが気になって。で、会ってみたらこの通り、すげえ美人さんだったわけだ。
I mean...
都市伝説を追う美人ライターとか燃えざるを得ないだろう、上皇。
Well, you're not wrong. And that's how they'd met. Suza was frowning as she saw how Daru acted around Moeka. She didn't say anything, but I could tell she was thinking that he'd be better off directing his attentions toward her mom. Moeka, for her part, seemed completely uninterested in Daru. She was wearing her usual poker face and fiddling with her phone. She's still using a Japanese feature phone instead of a smartphone, huh? Phone looks still cool.
秋葉についてはかなり詳しいみたいだし、結構裏の方の事情も知ってるっぽいから頼んでみるのもありかなって。
人探し、そう聞いた。
うん、実はね、12年前に秋葉でいなくなった女の子を探してほしいんだお。
Daru told Kiryu Moeka the basic story. She was dead silent the whole time, but she typed his words into her phone with incredible speed. I said nothing and just watched. She was once around her. She probably still was. Was it okay to trust her? Yeah, I think we're fine. It was just a coincidence that I'd run into her here. I knew that in my head, but my heart just refused to accept it. Here in the Beta World line, we never encountered Kiryu Moeka before. Of course, we hadn't. I'd chosen the Beta World line so that we wouldn't. Even though the cost was Makise Kurisu's life.
つまり、その椎名鏡という人を探せばいいの。
そういうこと、どうかな。
やってみてもいい。
That's good to hear.
マジ？
でも見つかるかはわからない。
もちろんその場合はしょうがないよ。
Normally, Moeka and I would never have run into each other like this. Of course, we might have crossed paths in Akihabara. We almost ran into each other when she'd come to interview Dr. Alexis and Maho at the ATF seminar. But I'd convinced myself that we were never going to meet each other directly. Was this fate? Were she and I fated to cross paths at some point? If that was the case, maybe it was better not to try to avoid her, but to watch her to see what she did. As I listened to Daru talk to her, that was what I started to think.
じゃあ報酬は成功報酬で、その他の必要経費はこっちで持つってことで OK？
問題ない。
オカリンも鈴葉もそれでいい？
私は手伝ってもらえるなら文句はない。
俺も構わない。
じゃあ契約成立ってことで一つ。
Excellent! Moeka nodded slightly and then asked us for information about Kaguri that might be a clue. Stuff like the clothes she was wearing when she disappeared, and what she looked like. After that, she left. Aww. Bye! All attention suddenly drained from my body as I sank into the sofa. And I think that seems like a pretty good place to go ahead and end it. You know, I'm kind of glad that I recorded a little bit more because I finally got to see Best Girl again. Okay. Well, I said at the start of the recording, I was hoping we could get to see Moeka. Ask and thou shalt receive. So, effectively, in this sense, we kind of got the Rounders' help in trying to find Kaguri. But then again, if my theory about Kaguri working with the Rounders is true, maybe I'm just kind of walking into a trap. Or, again, maybe somebody else got a hold of Kaguri. That or maybe Kaguri really was living on a run this whole time. Then again, I'm not entirely sure. But we'll just have to figure out how that's going to go in the next episode. So, if you guys like this, be sure to let me know. Damn. I just asked, and I received. That makes me a little bit happy there. I think some people are probably going to hate me for the thumbnail that I'm probably going to be using today. Hello there everybody, Sabato92 here, and if you like this video, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And hey, if you guys like my content, then maybe you'd like to check out another channel who I think deserves equal attention. So click that nightmare emblem and check out that channel, or go to the links in the description down below. Once again, thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.